Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and on today's episode I'm going to be creating a gorgeous makeup look, even though I don't know what I want to create on this gorgeous friend of mine. So yes, we started the look by cleansing her face, but before we continue, please kindly subscribe, like, share and drop a comment. Thanks. I don't really know what I'm creating, but one thing I'm sure is I'm going to be creating a makeup look on this gorgeous friend of mine. And so before we get right into the video, please kindly subscribe, like, share and drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this video, and if you have any other video you'd like to see of me, please kindly drop a comment. Without further ado, let's get right into this video. I guess these are some of the products I used in glamming that gorgeous face you just saw. So I used the Avour powder palette. Yeah, you can spot my Beauty by Didi sponge. You can spot my Miss Metis lashes, and you can also spot some of your favorite foundations for Gucci, Zikel, Classic, and all that. So let's just see how it goes. So first off, we'll allow the whole cleaning process settle in. So just in case you're in a place that is not well ventilated or there's no fan, you can make use of your mini fan. That is why I feel like every makeup artist should have a mini fan, no matter what, no matter how small. So you just make that dry. Another thing about makeup is you cannot work on a dirty canvas. You should make sure your client's face is as clean as possible. So you clean the person's face and then you let that dry in. At this point, the face is already dry, so you can off your fan. The next thing you'll be going into is a setting spray. I want to hydrate that face because it assumes that her face is not well hydrated. So hydrate that face. And then take it far. You shouldn't push your setting spray like this. Take it a little bit far and then you spray all over. You allow that settle in again. So you let that dry. Cosmetics moisturizer. Now I'm using the Zikel oil control primer. What you want to do, you want to go over the face with moisturizer. And one thing you should know is that your moisturizer should go all over your face, especially under the eyes. So you tell your clients to look up because you want to keep the under eyes as hydrated as possible. You want to keep the under eyes as hydrated as possible. So after we've done that, we just go over the it's fine. So you let one product settle in before you go into another product. Do you understand? So I'm still applying the moisturizer. I'm trying to let everything sit in, and then after the moisturizer I went into the primer. So I'm applying the primer now, and the application of this primer, I'm only applying the primer to the T-zone areas, and the places that have tendencies of being oily afterwards. I'm not applying the primer to the whole face. If you look at it, I'm applying it to the T-zone areas. I'm only applying the little that is left on my hand on the whole part, but the places you should focus more on are the T-zone areas, the under of your eyes and your jaw. So now the next thing we'll be going to is foundation, and I'm using the Zikel foundation. Like, this foundation was a perfect foundation. I didn't have to mix foundations to get our skin tone. So I'm using the Zikel foundation, and then I went in with a brush. First off to spread the product all over our face. I'll just let you watch and see. Yeah, so I'm just applying the product all over our face because Zikel is not a complete full coverage foundation, and it is not a matte foundation. What I did was that I applied the Zikel foundation on her face and I left it for like about 2 seconds or more safe, or for about 1 minute or more. I left it for it to dry a little. Just look at what I'm doing. I'm spreading the foundation all over our face with a brush. So I just hope you guys understand. I'm still spreading all over. You want to make sure that there's no foundation under our eyes. That's what I was trying to say. You want to make sure there's no foundation under our eyes, and the reason is because we are still going to highlight our face. We are going to highlight the under of our eyes. So if you apply foundation under our eyes, and when you want to apply concealer, you apply again, it just makes it too cakey because there are too much products under the eyes already. So when I'm blending, I just avoid the under eyes. Now at this part, I'd already blended out the foundation. You guys can see that the foundation matches our neck. It is not as if we made a fair neck, a fair face and a dark neck. So the foundation actually matches our neck, so it is well blended in. You want to make sure you dab when you are trying to apply your foundation with a damp beauty blender. You push in, you don't swipe, you damp into the skin, and it gives you a very flawless outcome, as you can see. So the next thing we are going into is Zickel concealers for highlighting. I'll be using the golden beige to highlight the inner corner of our eyes, and I'll be using caramel to highlight the outer corner of our eyes. So just watch what I'm doing. Okay, so at this point I'd already applied the concealers under the eyes and I had blended it out. You can see how this looks very seamless. There is no harsh lines. It's not like it's very harsh. Everything just blends in so well because you are doing it the right way. So the next thing we'll be going into is setting. Now we are going to set the highlighted areas. And mind you, there's a difference between setting and baking. We are setting the highlighted areas. The difference is that when it comes to setting, you are only applying little or no product on the highlighted areas. You're applying little products. You can say I am putting and I'm dusting it off. You're applying little products on the highlighted areas. As you can see. So you push in the products. That way it doesn't even, unless you look at the makeup very well, you won't know we even set it, because we are setting with the setting powder. So you set the whole entire places where you highlighted. So that's what we are going to do now. So just watch. This is setting. I'll push it into the skin. This is just to put the concealers you've kept in the highlighted areas in place. They don't move. And you say my hair, they don't move. This is on my highlights, it don't move. So this one just keeps your highlights in place. So just set. You can see what is going on. You can see that I am pushing in. I'm not putting too much product. It is when it comes to baking that you applied so much product just to make it well baked. So just watch. Yeah, so that's just it. So I'm just going into it to make sure everything is even. So now I'm also setting the bridge of my nose. I'm setting the bridge of our nose just to give it a very clean finishing. Yeah, so that's just it about. So the next thing I'll be doing now is baking. Now you guys should see the difference. Baking requires more product, and when you want to bake, it is best to bake from the inner corner of your eyes. That's like from the beginning of your nose. Draw a straight line. That way you make the nose very snatched. Do you understand? So you bake from the inner corner of your eyes outward. The way I'm doing. Just watch what I'm doing. You bake from the inner corner of your eyes outward. That's what I'm doing. You realize that the product I'm using is very much more than what I used for setting. Now that is the difference between setting and baking. That is the difference between setting and baking. So baking is just application of excess setting powder on the highlighted areas. So that's what we're doing. Just watch, you will understand. You bake. Yes, makeup artists, we bake too. So another thing I love about baking is that the reason why I like doing skin work before eyeshadow and eyes is because it gives room for the setting powder to bake well. Yes, it gives room for the setting powder to bake well. I'm so sorry. I didn't know my phone wasn't recording at some point. So by the time I realized, I was almost done with the look. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do another video, which is a full video, but just manage this one. So at this point, I was done with the eyes. I was done with the brows and the eyeshadow. And then at this point, I'm trying to merge our natural lashes with the artificial lashes she has on. So there are no spaces between it. Do you understand? That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to use mascara to darken our own lashes so it just blends into the artificial lashes. That's what I'm doing. And this, my friend, is a very teary person. And she doesn't used to tear. I've done her makeup a couple of times and she wasn't a teary eye person. All of a sudden, I don't know. She almost ruined the makeup self, but then we did it, thank God. So I'm trying to use mascara to pick out our lower lashes. But at some point I had to stop because she was about to tear up, so I just had to leave it like that. Let me just leave it though. So you guys can see the look. So at this point I'm trying to dust off the excess setting powder that was remaining. Yeah, I think at that point I made a mistake. I was trying to correct the mascara stain and then I ended up staining, so I was trying to correct it. So I actually did correct it anyways. So I just cleaned it and I applied a little bit of powder on it. So this is it. This is the look we created. I want to believe you love this because I am actually loving this look. No cap. I'm loving this look. So I just go over the whole face again, apply powder where it's needed and all that plenty stuff. At this point, Chetunde was feeling herself. So of course, if you know me, you know I am not a matte lip kind of person. I went over the lip stain with the lipstick with a gloss, with my gloss from Blood's Beauty. Is it Blood's Beauty or Beauty Beyond? One of those two. Is their lip gloss I'm applying over the lip stain. Because I feel like a glossy lip has a way of just changing the game. Do you understand? So I went over the lipstick with a lip gloss. So this is what I'm doing. We're practically almost done with the old look. So and the highlight that I used was from Younger Beauty. I used the shade O'Shea. Yes, Younger Beauty. I used the shade O'Shea. So I will leave details of all the products I used in the description box. I'll leave details of what I used in the description box. So another thing is I went in again with my blush because it was not showing enough for me. So we used a pink blush for my Avour cosmetic powder palette. I used the pink blush in it. And as the extra person that I am, I still went over again with more highlights just to make it glow a little more. So that's practically it. Yes, I went in with the powder again. Sometimes when I'm doing makeup, my clients just but it's okay, fair. So this is like the finished look. This is what we arrived at. I want to believe you enjoyed this makeup video as much as I enjoyed filming it. And if this was helpful in any way, please kindly subscribe, like, and drop a comment. We love you. Mwah.